The Battle of Agua Dulce Creek was far more than a mere skirmish. It was a defining episode that encapsulated the broader struggles sweeping across the southern United States during the tumultuous mid-19th century. This era saw the frontier emerge as both a land of promise and a crucible of conflict. It was here, on this contested and often perilous terrain, that the iconic Texas Rangers clashed with the fiercely resilient Comanche warriors. Fought on May 29, 1850, amid the unforgiving landscape of the Nueces River Valley, the battle became emblematic of the relentless and often heart-rending fight for dominance over the vast, untamed wilderness of the American plains. By 1850, Texas stood at a crossroads. Recently annexed into the United States, it was grappling with the profound transformations brought about by its new status. Having operated as an independent republic for nearly a decade, the state initially found some stability under American governance, but new challenges soon emerged. The open plains, once the domain of Native American tribes, were increasingly seen as fertile ground for settlement and expansion. This wave of migration, fueled by the ideology of manifest destiny, agricultural pursuits, and the push for railroad construction, brought tens of thousands into the region. However, the journey westward was fraught with adversity. Harsh landscapes, extreme weather, and fierce resistance from the land's indigenous inhabitants, who regarded the encroaching settlers as a dire threat to their very existence. Among the indigenous groups, the Comanche were particularly impacted by the intrusion onto their ancestral hunting grounds. These warriors, deeply rooted in the land and its traditions, found their way of life rapidly vanishing under the tide of settlers and soldiers. The confrontation was not merely a clash of arms, but a collision of worlds. The Texas Rangers, a storied and contentious force in the annals of the American West, played a pivotal role in this volatile era. Established in the 1830s to protect settlers from Mexican raids, the Rangers had evolved into a formidable, though divisive, paramilitary unit by 1850. Comprising rugged, self-reliant men, they were charged with defending frontier communities from both Native American resistance and criminal threats. Renowned for their unyielding tactics and willingness to pursue their adversaries deep into hostile territories, the Rangers earned both respect and criticism. Their successes in numerous engagements cemented their legend, but their methods and actions often sparked debate, reflecting the complexities of their role in a rapidly changing frontier. Their ruthless tactics often drew criticism for being excessive, particularly in their confrontations with indigenous tribes. The Texas Rangers were a diverse group of individuals, many of whom were former soldiers, outlaws, and adventurers. Each had their own reasons for joining, some driven by the lure of fame and fortune, others seeking vengeance for attacks on their homes and families. This mix of motives created a complex, morally ambiguous institution that was both admired and scrutinized. At the heart of the Texas Rangers during the Battle of Agua Dulce Creek was Captain John Sammon Ford, a reluctant yet pivotal leader whose time on the frontier had shaped him into a figure both respected and controversial. Ford was a man of paradoxes, a sharp military strategist and a reflective moralist, deeply familiar with the harsh realities of frontier warfare, yet acutely aware of its devastating human cost. His previous experiences, including service in the Mexican-American War, had left a lasting impression on him. He had witnessed the brutal consequences of violence, but he also recognized the inevitability of conflict in the expansionist push across Texas. Ford's relationship with the Comanche was similarly complex. While he held a grudging respect for their skill and bravery as warriors, he remained resolute in his mission to drive them from Texas, viewing this as essential for the state's future. His leadership style was grounded in pragmatism. He avoided reckless actions, but understood that hesitation in the face of danger could be fatal. The company of Rangers under Ford's command at Agua Dulce Creek was a microcosm of the frontier itself, a mix of seasoned veterans and eager newcomers. The experienced men had survived numerous battles against the Comanche and other foes, their scars testament to hard-earned wisdom. The fresh recruits, by contrast, were lured by promises of adventure and the prospect of a reliable income. Together, This diverse band of men exemplified the volatile and often unpredictable nature of the Texas frontier, with Ford's steady hand guiding them through one of its most defining moments. Regardless of their individual motivations, Ford's men were united by a shared sense of duty and a readiness to fight, even if they didn't fully grasp the larger political and cultural forces that had led them to this pivotal moment. The Comanche. Lords of the Southern Plains, the Comanche were among the most feared and respected Native American tribes in the United States, earning the title Lords of the Southern Plains. Their dominance stemmed from their exceptional skills as horsemen and warriors, which allowed them to build a powerful empire spanning from present-day Texas to Kansas. Their society was complex, with a way of life centered around hunting, warfare, and trade. For centuries, they thrived in relative isolation, their supremacy over the plains largely unchallenged. However, by 1850, the Comanche faced challenges unlike any they had encountered before. The relentless advance of settlers and the U.S. Army threatened their ancestral lands. The near extinction of the buffalo, a cornerstone of their sustenance and culture, compounded their plight. Moreover, diseases introduced by Europeans had decimated their population, leaving them in a desperate fight not only for their territory, but for their very survival. The Battle of Agua Dulce Creek became another somber chapter in this ongoing struggle. While the Texas Rangers were often perceived as aggressors, the Comanche fought with equal fervor, driven by the urgent need to protect their way of life. Their tactics were unconventional and devastatingly effective, leveraging speed, mobility, and surprise to outmaneuver and overpower their enemies. As expert horsemen and archers, they could execute swift, precise attacks while evading pursuit, making them formidable adversaries for the more rigidly structured Texas Rangers. The road to Agua Dulce Creek. Rising tensions as the summer of 1850 unfolded, tensions in Texas reached a boiling point. The influx of settlers and the expansionist policies of the U.S. government exacerbated conflicts over land and resources, creating a volatile environment. Against this backdrop, the stage was set for the confrontation at Agua Dulce Creek, a clash that would underscore the deep divisions and desperate struggles defining the American frontier. In the months leading up to the battle, reports of Comanche raids on settler communities had become alarmingly frequent. These raids, characterized by swift strikes to steal horses and cattle, were a hallmark of the Comanche strategy, leveraging their mastery of mobility to disrupt the encroaching settlers. In response, Ford and his Rangers were dispatched to patrol the region, tasked with preventing further attacks and safeguarding the frontier settlements. Despite their vigilance, the Rangers found themselves locked in a frustrating cycle of small skirmishes and ambushes. These engagements rarely yielded decisive outcomes, as the Comanche, with their intimate knowledge of the land, would vanish into the vast wilderness, leaving the Rangers chasing shadows. The Rangers' exasperation grew with each encounter, but their resolve remained steadfast. It wasn't until late May, following a particularly bold and aggressive Comanche raid near the Nueces River, that Ford's unit finally gained actionable intelligence. Reports suggested that a significant Comanche band was encamped near Agua Dulce Creek. Recognizing an opportunity to strike, Ford mobilized his men, fully aware that the Comanche would likely anticipate their movements. Drawing on his extensive knowledge of Comanche tactics, Ford was determined not to be outmaneuvered. The Battle of Agua Dulce Creek, the confrontation, unfolded with the ferocity and speed that often define clashes on the untamed frontier. At dawn on May 29, 1850, Ford and his Rangers approached the Comanche encampment nestled in the rugged terrain of Agua Dulce Creek. The area was marked by thick brush and rocky outcroppings, offering ample cover for the Comanche. As the Rangers drew closer, they observed that the camp appeared unprepared for battle, possibly underestimating the Rangers' persistence and resolve. Sensing an opportunity, Ford ordered a full charge. The Rangers spurred their horses forward, their rifles and pistols drawn, as they galloped toward the unsuspecting encampment. The sudden and forceful attack disrupted the Comanche, who scrambled to respond amidst the chaos. The battle quickly descended into a series of fierce, close-quarters engagements, with both sides fighting for survival in the unforgiving wilderness. Despite the initial advantage gained by the Rangers, the Comanches' agility and tactical ingenuity ensured that the outcome of the battle would not be easily determined. The clash at Agua Dulce Creek became a microcosm of the larger struggle between settlers and indigenous tribes, marked by bravery, tragedy, and the relentless contest for dominance over a rapidly changing frontier. Caught off guard by the sudden attack, the Comanche warriors swiftly mounted their horses in an attempt to organize a defense. What ensued was a fierce and chaotic clash. Gunfire thundered through the valley as the two sides engaged in brutal close-quarters combat. The Rangers, experienced marksmen driven by a determination to secure a decisive victory, pressed forward relentlessly. Meanwhile, the Comanche, true to their reputation as masters of speed and strategy, flanked the Rangers with swift horse-mounted maneuvers, harassing them with well-coordinated attacks. The battle raged for over an hour, each side demonstrating remarkable courage and resilience. Ultimately, the Rangers emerged victorious, killing 4 Comanche warriors and wounding several others. However, their triumph came at a steep cost. One of their own, William Gillespie, fell in battle, marking the first casualty among Ford's men. Gillespie's death weighed heavily on Ford, a leader known for his profound care and respect for those under his command. Reflections on the human cost. The aftermath of the battle was sobering for both sides. For the Rangers, victory was tempered by the profound loss they had suffered. As the fighting subsided, Ford and his men combed the battlefield, searching for survivors, tending to the wounded, and burying their fallen comrade. Ford himself delivered a heartfelt eulogy for William Gillespie, a moment that highlighted the immense human toll of frontier warfare, even for those who fought with conviction and purpose. For the Comanche, the battle was a devastating setback. They had lost several of their warriors, including some of their most skilled fighters, and were forced to retreat from the area. Yet, while the Rangers had won the day, the broader conflict remained unresolved. The Comanche, though weakened, continued to be a formidable force on the plains. Both sides understood that this skirmish was but one chapter in a much larger and enduring struggle, a legacy of violence and survival. The Battle of Agua Dulce Creek became a defining episode in the fraught history of the Texas frontier. It encapsulated the complex and often tragic dynamics of the conflict between settlers and indigenous peoples, a struggle fueled by cultural misunderstandings, historical grievances, and the primal fight for survival. In the years that followed, the Rangers continued their campaign against the Comanche and other Native American tribes. However, the tide of history was turning. The U.S. government soon implemented more systematic policies of Native American removal and forced relocation, measures that would irreversibly alter the fabric of Native American life. For the Comanche, the battle at Agua Dulce Creek was another painful defeat in their unrelenting fight to protect their land and way of life. Despite their resilience and ingenuity, the forces arrayed against them proved overwhelming, leaving behind a legacy of violence, loss, and the enduring struggle for cultural survival. Though the Comanche would never be entirely defeated on the battlefield, their capacity to resist the United States was gradually worn away. The Battle of Agua Dulce Creek stands as a poignant reminder of the intricate and often painful collision of cultures, ideologies, and histories that shaped the American West. For the Texas Rangers, the battle became another chapter in their storied legacy, a testament to their skill, determination, and bravery when confronted with formidable odds. Yet, it also served as a stark emblem of the harsh realities of frontier life. These realities demanded not only physical courage, but also a sense of moral conviction, qualities that often existed in tension with one another. The battle's legacy reflects both the heroism and the tragedy inherent in the relentless pursuit of expansion and survival, leaving an indelible mark on the history of the Texas frontier. Thank you for watching the video until the end. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any new videos from us. What do you think about today's topic? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found the video helpful, feel free to share it with your friends and family. We hope you had a great time. See you in the next video with even more exciting content. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out.